Hi, I'm Ellen McCauley in Syracuse, New York, and tonight we're going to talk about an article that's aptly titled, Stay Away from the Fridge. We talked a few moments ago about Girl Scout cookies. I don't stand up here and say, hey everybody, it's Girl Scout cookie season. There's a lot of calories in Girl Scout cookies. Try to eat them in moderation. I don't say to people, don't buy them. Everything is for good in moderation. But if you're emotionally sitting there with the whole box of Samoas and you're going, oh my gosh, I ate the whole box. I don't want anyone else to raise their hand, but I will raise mine. I have eaten a whole box of Girl Scout cookies at one sitting. I have. I admit it. I admit it. There isn't very many in the box. Oh, there I go. Justification. So anyway, the fact of the matter is I wouldn't turn the box over to see what the calories were because I did not want to know. And I'll tell you another thing. At work, we had one person had her daughter there, and she, got permission. They sold Girl Scout cookies. Like in an hour, she sold 600 boxes. Oh yeah, people were just lining up down the hall. Girl Scout cookies. If we were selling, broccoli, I don't think we would have had a line, So we're talking about, yes, they're good, but is it like, if I don't have Girl Scout cookies, my life will not be complete? What is it? There's so much emotional things. Same with St. Patrick's Day. Next week is St. Patrick's Day. We can have our corned beef and cabbage. We can have our Irish bread. We can have our, green beer. And then we can come in at the meeting after. Now what's next? Next is the 14th, right? Yeah. And St. Patrick's Day is what?
Sunday.
I know, but Sunday? Sunday. All right. Now here's what somebody said to me. I'm so glad St. Patrick's Day is on a Sunday because Lent really is just 40 days and those 7 days are little Easters and you can do whatever you want. So I gave up drinking for Lent, but I'm going to really drink a lot on St. Patrick's Day. And I'm like, okay. They're not in the group. But I'm like, okay. But the thing is, you can have as much as you want. You can eat and drink as much as you want. The trouble is, when you come in here and weigh in and you gain weight, you have to own it. You say, all right, I did it, now I'm back in the saddle. But it's this emotional eating when you're bored, happy, sad, stressed. When I was happy, I ate just as much as when I was sad, stressed, and bored. I just did not have a healthy lifestyle. But they're talking about when we use food as a reward or comfort, when you're looking at the ice cream, chocolate, cookies, as I had a bad day. I work at a gift shop that sells chips and candy and cookies and all sorts of snacks. People come and they say, I'm having a bad day, and they lay the Snickers down. I'm having a bad day. There's the chips. No one says, maybe they're thinking it, I'm having a great day, so I'm having 2 Reese's peanut butter cups. No one usually says that. Usually they're like, I'm having a bad day. Boom. And I want to say, but I really am sales driven, I want to say, is that going to make it any better? But like I said, I don't because I'm not there to say that. But I will say to you, does it make it better? Temporarily. Oh yes, when you're having that chocolate or that candy bar. And what I'm suggesting to people with this article, and people do it already, they write down the time, location, the food, the emotion, or the thought. They'll say, I was stressed, or I was unhappy. And you know what's funny? No one writes 6 a.m. ice cream. I haven't seen it. I've been doing this group for 5 years. No one has a 6 a.m. Snickers bar. But 7 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., that's when you're having the ice cream, cookie, candy, cake, Girl Scout cookies, pizza. And I haven't seen it yet. 6 a.m. pizza. I haven't seen it. Maybe breakfast pizza, but I really can't remember. But we don't wake up and eat candy. Why do we eat it later on in the day? It's because we are conditioned to say, I'm having a stressful, emotional day. I need this. Mindless eating, we eat more than we think. We eat more than we think. If we carried around that lean cuisine dish and filled it up, and they're talking about women in this article, but believe me, men and women, the reason they always talk about women in the articles is because they think women are the only ones who buy magazines. They think, oh, they're buying the magazine, let's talk about women. But even one of the group members said, the reason women are gaining weight, that was on NPR or something, is that they're doing less housework. Did anyone else hear that? Who was telling me that? Mark, was it you? Who said that?
I didn't.
Somebody came in. Oh, Joe. What did you hear it on?
I forget. It said it. I heard it a couple places.
Yeah.
They didn't talk about anything else, like,
The
you know.
waistlines are bigger.
It was just, you know, I didn't even read the whole thing.
Yeah.
It sounded sort of ridiculous to me. But.
Yeah, that, you know, because we have a washing machine, we're not out there, you know, hitting the clothes on the line. But there's something to be said a little bit about manual labor. We are tired and stressed, not from the manual labor, but from the mind, the problems, the issues, the concerns. So, here's 4 common emotions that drive people to overeat. People eat when they're happy. How many times do you say, I'm having a graduation party for my child. I want you to come bring a gift, but there won't be any food or anything to drink. But we're having a party. I haven't been to any of those parties where you go in and go, congratulations, here's your card, goodbye. I haven't seen it. There is food, there is drink, there is temptation. There's going to be temptation no matter where you go, no matter what you do. You just say, I need to retrain my brain to celebrate without food. There will be tons of coonies and hot dogs. You don't have to have 4 coonies at a setting because of however you say it, you call it coonie, I'll call it coney. You can go to Wegmans and get more tomorrow. We need to say, I'm going to have this, I'm going to have a good time, but I'm not going to leave. Many people this week didn't even write a day. They wrote, bad day. Bad day. And the thing is, if it's so bad that you can't remember what you ate or you don't want to own up to it, somebody else went to Florida for 5 weeks and did a log of the entire time they were gone. And they stayed, 5 logs they had, they did 6 logs, stayed the same. To me, you go on vacation for 5 or 6 weeks and you come back and you stay the same, you know what I call that? V-I-C-T-O-R-Y. Victory. Victory. You know? So, and I'm not saying don't have a bad day, because we're all going to have bad days, but write down everything. Have a bad day and write down everything. And then at the end of the day go, oh my gosh. And then maybe you won't have as bad a day the next time. Plan ahead. I say the plan word one more time. Food doesn't mysteriously appear during the day. We're not I Dream of Jeannie. You don't go, you know, whatever the thing is, there's my salad with vinaigrette. You have to go and buy it or whatever. One person says to me, I had to have a meatball sub because that's the only thing they had in the cafeteria. I said, well, could you have brought food from home? Food from home? What? People do that. They have food at home and they bring it to work, either in receptacles called a bag or a lunch bucket or even a Wegmans bag. You can bring food in there. They look at you like you're crazy. All right, learn how to party. I have told you, when I go to a party and they have good stuff, I go for the shrimp. I want the shrimp. I'm not going over there eating the Lay's potato chips anymore. As a matter of fact, my mouth feels greasy. I've had a few chips over the past 5 years and 3 months. I don't even like them anymore. I don't like mayonnaise anymore. You train yourself. If you eat when you're anxious, someone said it would take me 5 years, and you know what, it did. It took me 5 years, and where are we going? We're here. If you eat when you're anxious, take a quick walk. The weather's getting nicer, I swear to God it is. You say, you let it go. You say, what can I do about this? And then you go, Hail Mary, full of grace. The Lord is with thee. Hail Mary. And you try to relax. You check your watch. The binge time isn't at 6 a.m. Maybe some of you can say, you know what, Ellen, I disagree. One day I got up at 5:30 and I just started binging. Most times, though, it's after the day, the late afternoon, the early evening. If you eat when you're bored, you know I have a trouble with this. I have trouble with people who say they eat because they're bored, because I immediately want to give them a job. You're bored? I got something for you. Come over to my house. Are you crazy? Bored? I don't even know what that word is, bored. And what I always would say to my kids, you're bored? You know why? Because you're boring. They even say to other people, you're bored, you must be boring. They do what they learn. Because if you're bored, there's things to do. Pray for other people. There's just a million things to do. Get up, move, move. Work for your food. You have to say to yourself, all right, I want some nuts, so I'm going to have some pistachio. When I eat an orange, I don't drink a glass of orange juice. I get an orange, I peel it, I break the section apart. It takes some time. You drink an orange juice, and there's a lot of sugar in there. So it's a process thing to do. It says skip Leno or Letterman, stop staying up so late, and get some sleep. If you eat when you're sad. Syracuse, oh my gosh, from January to March, where is the sun? Where is it? I don't know. Take some vitamins. Try, and we might not believe it, but if you do stand outside, there is sun coming through somewhere. I heard there was rays, and there is vitamins that come there. Watch what you watch. It says certain TV shows make you want to eat more than others. If you watch Love Story, you eat 30% more buttered popcorn than if you're watching Sweet Home Alabama. I say don't eat anything. Stop watching so much TV. Also, attend religious services. I love this. Churchgoers have higher activity levels, and they believe their body is a temple of God. Do we really believe that? Do we really believe that our body's a temple? Because if we do, we better start taking better care of it. And then it says join an online support group. We don't need an online support group. We have a support group right here. And I've noticed a little bit of a trend. I would let someone not weigh in if they had a horrific week, or they said, Ellen, I just didn't do my log. I'm not going to weigh in this week. That should be a rare exception. When you see that it's become a pattern, when you're not weighing in maybe 4 out of 6 or 7 meetings, then we need to wrap our head around eating less, moving more, asking God to help us. Because even if you eat everything under the sun and write it down, you're still doing something about it. You're noticing. I used to think, am I going crazy? Am I nuts? And then someone said to me, no, because nutty people don't sit around going, am I going crazy? Am I nuts? They're just nuts. Just the mere fact that you're going, am I going crazy? Am I nuts? Means you're not nuts. I go, oh, thank God, because I thought I was going crazy and I thought I was nuts. So just the mere fact that we're beginning to start to think about losing weight is a step in the right direction. But you've got to write it down. If you had 4 boxes of Samoas, what am I going to say to you? That's not a good idea. Am I going to say you're out of the group? You write it down. I'm going to stop right there.